These titans, it actually doesn't reside in their terrifying brawn. It resides entirely within that massive skull. Look at this incredible contrast. A 6-ton biological fortress, completely commanded by a 5-kilogram brain, holding the true power. That's one of the largest brains in the entire animal kingdom. It is the absolute engine of their survival, proving that to truly rule the wild, a monumental mind is way more critical than a monumental body. And their brains? They are incredibly dense, completely wired for deep learning and profound emotion. They possess this astonishing network of specialized neurons that unlock behaviors we once thought were entirely unique to humans. Seriously, scientists have watched them solving complex puzzles and mastering the use of tools. But here is the absolute game changer. They retain life-saving geographical memory. During those severe landscape-withering droughts, it's this exact brain power that allows the older females to remember ancient hidden water sources located hundreds of kilometers away. Without these deeply ingrained memories, entire herds would simply perish in the dust. Section 1. 3 ancient bloodlines, conquering the earth. To fully grasp their absolute dominion, we really have to examine the 3 enduring lineages that have conquered completely distinct realms across our globe over millions of years of evolution. And this brilliantly illustrates how each bloodline evolved highly specific armor for their unforgiving worlds. You've got the African savanna giant, dominating the scorching plains with enormous ears that literally act as giant cooling fans. Then, the elusive African forest elephant, navigating dark, dense vegetation with these straighter tusks perfectly adapted for clearing narrow paths. And finally, the Asian elephant, slightly smaller, with rounded ears, sharing a complex millennia-old relationship working alongside humanity in forests and agriculture. 3 totally distinct kingdoms, 1 incredibly ancient heritage. Section 2. The Unbreakable Matriarchy, guided by the wisest. At the very, very heart of their kingdom is a fierce matriarchy. And what's wild is that this society is not ruled by the strongest male, but led by the oldest and wisest female. She is essentially a living, breathing library protecting her entire bloodline. So the crucial takeaway here is that this society is completely bound by profound empathy. A herd is forged through decades-long family bonds. They don't just survive together, they care for one another with an intensity that honestly mirrors our own. Scientists have witnessed them doing incredible things, comforting distressed companions, gently interacting with their trunks, and fiercely protecting the injured. If a calf gets stuck in the mud, the whole family rushes in. Every single member matters. Every member is vital to the survival of the herd. Now, preparing for the next generation demands the ultimate endurance. 22. That is the exact number of months an elephant pregnancy lasts. It is an agonizingly beautiful 22-month journey in the dark, making it the longest pregnancy of any land mammal on Earth. For almost 2 entire years, a calf is protected, nourished, and slowly grows, preparing for the harsh reality of the world outside. Let's move to the exact moment of birth and see how this all builds up. Imagine this. A massive 100-kilogram newborn drops to the earth. There is no time to rest. The calf faces an immediate, brutal struggle to stand, falling down and trying again, because out in the wild, survival literally begins the second you take your first breath. But here's the beautiful part. They are never alone. Instantly, the newborn is surrounded by a protective circle of fiercely loyal relatives, touching, investigating, and celebrating this new life. It's the beginning of a lifelong journey guided by absolute love. Moving to Section 3, Superpowers of the Titan, the Arsenal. Because beyond those incredibly powerful social bonds we just talked about, these titans possessed physical and biological marvels that absolutely defy human comprehension. 40,000. Let that sink in. If these giants possess a real-life superpower, it is without a doubt their trunk. This remarkable biological masterpiece houses a staggering 40,000 individual muscles. To put that sheer number into perspective, there are more individual muscles in that one trunk than exist in your entire human body, all concentrated right into one extraordinary appendage. Absolutely wild, right? Now, what's really fascinating about this is the insane contrast of scale. This trunk is a biological masterpiece of extremes. In one breath, an adult can violently uproot a massive tree, just tearing it from the earth with terrifying force. And in the very next breath, it can delicately pluck a single tiny seed from the dirt. It acts as a nose, a hand, a devastating weapon, and a vital survival tool, all operating with microscopic pinpoint precision. And this trunk is also their ultimate survival radar. Their sense of smell is quite literally among the most powerful on the planet. They can detect hidden water sources from several kilometers away, just pulling the scent of moisture from the very air to save the herd. Plus, they can recognize individuals entirely by scent. This lets them identify long-lost friends and family members even after years apart. And when they finally do reunite, they intertwine those trunks in this deeply emotional gesture, functioning much like a human handshake or a massive heartfelt hug. To command their vast kingdom, they actually speak a hidden language. It's called infrasound. These are extremely low-frequency vibrations traveling through the very earth, crossing entire landscapes and completely beyond the realm of human hearing. These hidden signals can travel distances of more than 10 kilometers. A matriarch can warn her family of approaching danger, or a male can announce his presence, creating one of nature's most advanced, totally secret communication networks. Section 4. Engineers of the Wild, the Supreme Rulers. Zooming out to the unforgiving African savanna, we finally see the true, monumental scale of their dominance. Because they don't just live in the ecosystem, they absolutely rule it, and they shape it. 150. Think about this. A single adult requires over 150 kilograms of raw vegetation every single day just to survive the scorching heat. Grass, leaves, branches, bark. This enormous, endless appetite means the herd just has to keep moving constantly. They travel dozens of kilometers, surviving by following those ancient migration routes perfectly stored in the matriarch's memory. Driven by this relentless need to consume, they act as the supreme engineers of the wild. Their massive bodies violently carve literal pathways through dense vegetation, forging roads for countless other animals. As they travel, they disperse critical seeds across vast distances, basically planting the forests of tomorrow. And when the landscape completely dries up, they use their immense strength and ancestral knowledge to excavate dry riverbeds, unearthing hidden water that keeps the rest of the species alive. Simply put, where the titans thrive, the entire ecosystem thrives. Given their vast intelligence, their ancient bloodlines, and their sheer, unyielding power over the natural world, we are left with a massive, critical reflection. As we uncover their ancient wisdom, their deep empathy, and those incredible hidden languages, we really have to look in the mirror. So how will humanity honor our relationship with these magnificent living libraries? It is an absolutely crucial question that we must urgently answer before their monumental wisdom is lost to time forever.